I am Boudicca. You are my people. We fight for our freedom.
It's a beautiful day here in Gatlinburg. We just left the hotel. We're about to show you a hidden gem, especially if you like hamburgers. We are going to enter the back of the village and bring this place to you guys here in just a moment. Hey guys, today we are in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we are at the Village. We're standing in front of Boudicca's Celtic Pub. This place has won a few times for having the best burger in Gatlinburg. It's a Celtic Heritage Restaurant. Everything we've heard about this place has been good. So today we're going to take you inside, show you the menu, try a couple burgers, and maybe you will make this a stop when you are here in the Village and in Gatlinburg. So are you ready, Bobby?
I'm ready.
Let's rock and
Let's
roll.
rock and roll.
Boudicca's is located here in the Village, right on the Parkway in Gatlinburg. Let me take you back and show you how to find it. Or if you want to go in a different way, come right behind the fountain to the right. In case you're wondering who Boudicca is, she was a warrior queen of a Celtic tribe who led a revolt against the Romans. She's down in folklore history today. There's a few movies about her, documentaries, and there's even some people who say she never existed at all. '23 Gatlinburger Meister winner, Boudicca's Celtic Pub, Frickle and Beer Cheese Burger. First come in, you have seating at the bar, and they also have a seating area upstairs. Let's go take a look at it. I really like the artwork going around here. And it's nice and cool up here too. And they have this big open window that you can look out into the village. I'm here with Adam, the co-owner of Boudicca's, and he's going to tell you why you should come in here and get a hamburger.
Hey, how you doing? So one thing about Boudicca's that's unique is that we have won Best Burger in Gatlinburg 2 years in a row. And people always ask us, like, why, what's so special about our hamburgers? And there's really not a whole lot we do. We keep it really simple. We use all Irish butters, Kerrygold's butter. We use Irish seasonings. We use a fresh 100% Angus beef burger, and we use a potato bun. And because we use those fresh ingredients and we cook everything to order, it just comes out to a really good burger. And we've won with the banger burger, which is like bangers and mash that you put on top of a hamburger. And then we've also won with the frickle burger, which we won last year, which is like a beer cheeseburger with fried pickles and onion ring. So that's kind of like what we do here. We have a really small menu, and then we also have beers. They're all from the Celtic nations. So we have like Sullivan's, which is the oldest beer in Ireland, to Tennant's, which is from Scotland, to Guinness, to Harp, the Smithwick's, the Magners Pear Cider. We have a lot of other beers over here. We have beers from the UK. So we just have a lot of selection of beers that you can't find anywhere but in Boudicca's. It's not anywhere you can find in Gatlinburg. And it's just a cool little spot in the back of the village, and we just have a good time, and we like serving people. We like fresh food, great service, and having a good time. That's kind of what we do here.
Oh, thanks so much, Adam. Appreciate it. Let's look at the menu. Starting off with beers. There's your selection of Guinness, mixed beers, and you can order a beer flight. Appetizers, frickles, pepper crisp, and onion rings for $9. Fish and chips. The Boudicca burgers. I'm going to get the banger burger that they won 2 years ago as the best burger in Gatlinburg. Celtic spice bag. Bobby's going to try the Scottish street melt that features the Irish butter and red and green peppers on it. Have a steak, chicken fingers and chips, bangers and mash, beer cheese and chips. Here are the sides. The fruit cup includes seasonal Celtic berries only that can be found in the Celtic nations. We ordered that as a side with one of the burgers, and a kids menu. And you can take home some souvenirs if you want to. Here are your prices. Here's the address. Take a look at my burger, the banger burger. 2 fresh, never frozen, 100% Angus beef patties served on a potato bun. Guinness marinated sausages, sweet grilled onions, Irish cheddar, and a thick spread of fresh mashed potatoes. And there's also gravy on there. It's like having a banger and mash dinner, except on a hamburger bun. And some chips, and a lot of them. We also ordered homemade beer cheese. That looks very good. Let's see if I can eat this without getting it all over myself. Or maybe I'll have to go to a fork. Let's try to pick this up, and I can probably show it to you a little better. Let's get all that in there. There you can see the onions, the gravy, there's some mashed potatoes. Let me flip it over, and it's juicy. Here's your mashed potatoes and onions. Look at that steam coming out of that. First of all, the bun is very soft, and it's a heavy, very heavy burger. Getting a little gravy on me already. Let's just start eating it. Let's go right there where that sausage is. I'm gonna get one more bite of this before I talk about it. I just want to show you now everything going on in there. It's very juicy.
Gonna lose it.
I'm trying not to. Also available upstairs is this area where you can get some ketchup, mustard, some different sauces, and plenty of napkins. And you're gonna need them because these burgers are messy and juicy. The reason the sausage is called bangers because back in World War I and World War II, when they had a food shortage, they would use a lot of water in the fillers of the sausage, and they put them inside these casings. And then when they would fry them up, they would explode because of all that water in there. Hence the name bangers. All right, now let's talk about this. It's very good. Now you can taste some of that sausage in there. It's tender sausage. It's not overly salty. Get some sweetness from all those onions. See them hanging out there, Bobby?
I see them.
Takes a little bit of that gravy. Now I know it has mashed potatoes on there. That kind of gets washed away a little bit, but I can taste some of the texture of it. But what shines through the most on this is the burger itself. It is just so juicy. It's heavy. The gravy gives it an extra flavor to it. A lot of flavors going on here. It's sweet, just a great all-around burger. And little pop from the casing of that sausage. They prepared that sausage very well, because I've had the bangers before with mashed potatoes without being on a bun. A different way to eat it. I guess this is a bangers and mash for on the go, but you couldn't eat this on the go. You would have this all over you if you're trying to eat this in your car. Very good burger. I see why they won with this. And you can also taste some sweetness from that cheddar cheese, that gravy. The bun's holding up, surprisingly. I don't know for how long though. Now let's try some of these chips, and these are very large chips. Let's try them without the beer cheese first. Prepared to perfection. A little crispy on the outside, great potato flavor inside. Has a little bit of Celtic salt on there. And I've always heard salt is bad for you, and I'm sure this is too, but I heard this is the healthiest salt that you can get. It says it hydrates you and doesn't raise your blood pressure. Maybe I could just pour this all over everything now, Bobby, now that I found that out.
We don't use a lot of salt.
We don't. Beer cheese. That's a good beer cheese. That's an add-on. You can see it. It's not a overly strong beer cheese, just has a great flavor to it. Brings a little extra to the chips. And the reason we ordered chips and fruit is we knew we could split all these. That's enough for 2 people in there. Great meal, guys. Let's take a look at Bobby's Scottish Street Melt. Using fine Irish butter to toast our potato roll on. We melt our Irish white cheddar over Irish yellow cheddar, then add fresh green and red peppers, sweet onions, and 1 fresh, never frozen, 100% Angus beef patty. Look at the top of that with all those peppers and cheeses and Irish butter on there. And a lot of onions, Bobby, sweet onions. Comes with Celtic sea salt, seasoned chips, or fruit cup. We ordered the fruit cup, and they use all Celtic fruit. It's strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries. Those look fresh. They brought us up a Guinness with our logo on it. How cool is that? If you come to Boudicca's, make sure you have this done. It's a great way to remember your visit here.
It's toasted very well. It's a very good burger. It's juicy. You get the sweetness from the peppers, the onions. The cheese reminds me of Swiss cheese. I'm not using any ketchup, mayonnaise, or mustard because you have so many great flavors going on, and it's a juicy hamburger. I like the butter that they're using on this bread. It's very sweet tasting.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's sweeter. This is what I read. Because of the weather in Ireland, because it rains all the time, it makes it a longer grass growing season, which produces a lot of fresh green grass. The soil is rich, and because the cows eat that great grass that's growing over there, that's what makes it sweeter. And it has a higher fat content, which also makes it sweeter.
It's very good. Whatever they're feeding them, they're doing a good job. We got some strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries. I'll try a few of the, there's a blackberry. Very sweet. I'm gonna try one of the strawberries because those are probably my favorite. Strawberries are also very fresh. I'm glad we got this as a side.
I want to try Bobby's Melt. See which one I like the best. This is a very sweet burger with those red and green peppers on there, those sweet onions. The burger tastes very good on here and juicy just like it does on mine, and the bread's not knocking any of that flavor out. And you do get some of that sweetness from that Irish butter on here. You don't need anything else. We were going to get the winner of last year's contest, but it has beer cheese. I think it has onion rings and pickles on it. But Bobby's not a huge fan of beer cheese. That's why we didn't get that one. Plus, I don't think you could have eaten 2 patties on a burger.
No, I can't eat 2 patties. I'll usually get one.
And this one's pretty heavy too. Bobby's gonna try mine. What do you think of that one, Bobby, by looking at it?
It's hearty because it's heavy.
What'd you think about the winner from a couple years ago?
It's a good burger. It's juicy. I really enjoyed the sausage. I got the caramelized onions on it. I didn't get a lot of flavor from the mashed potatoes, though. I don't think there's a lot on there. But it's a good burger. I can see why they won, but I'm sticking with this one.
An Irish sausage has more of a pork flavor and less saltiness than what we have here in the United States. Could you get a good flavor from that sausage on there?
I did. Not a lot of, like you said, not a lot of saltiness. Has a nice mild flavor to it.
And there's even gravy. Just too many things on there to taste, and cheese. Let's check out our receipt here at Boudicca's. The banger burger is $17. The Scottish street melt, $14. Sides are $4. We ordered some beer cheese. Grand total, $38.41. We talked earlier about some people thinking Boudicca was not real. Well, if she wasn't, there's a lot of history books and movies on her for someone who is fake. Also located in the village is this fine Celtic Heritage store where you can get gifts from Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. We just got done leaving the village after eating at Boudicca's here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Now, Boudicca's opened in December of 2021. That means they were not eligible to compete in the Best Burger of Gatlinburg contest. That's always held in September. But they competed in 22 and 23, won both of them. Will they make it 3 this year, Bobby? And how was your Scottish street melt?
It wouldn't surprise me if they would win again this year. Mine was toasted well with that rich, sweet Irish butter. Had 2 different types of Irish cheese. It had green and red peppers and some onions, which also gave it some sweetness. The burger was seasoned well, very juicy. Those burgers are never frozen. I ordered fresh fruit with mine. It came with strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. They gave us a nice helping of those. The staff was very friendly. And what do you think about that name? I really enjoyed the story behind that.
I also think they're going to win 3 years in a row because it all starts with how good the burger is. And the burger itself is very good. I don't care what you put on it. You got to have a good burger base. That's a heavy burger. So let me just break that whole place down. First thing, you can go in, you can order at the bar if you just want to get something to drink or get something to eat. You got a family, you can go upstairs. They have plenty of tables up there. Or you can eat out in the village. All the food comes in these to-go containers. They're nice containers. They're heavy.
They are.
Because a lot of people probably prefer to eat out in the village and listen to the fountains. I looked around to see if there was any elevators to get upstairs. I didn't notice any. But you can take those to-go containers and just eat out in the village. Now let's just start with the chips or fries. Those were very good. They were flavored with that Celtic salt. They were crispy, but not overly crisp, but a great potato flavor. And there was a lot of them. There was a mound of them. 2 people could eat the fries that I had just in my order. Then I ordered the homemade beer cheese. That was flavorful, but it's not a strong beer cheese. Just had a good flavor to it. They did a great job on that. Now let's start with my burger. It's the one that won in 2022. The banger burger. Starting off with those bangers, or sausage. Those were tender. They had a great pork flavor, not overly salty. I know they're marinated in Guinness, but you don't really have much of an alcohol taste because all the alcohol burns out of it. I think it just made them very tender. Then you had the burger itself, just extremely juicy and big, cooked to perfection. Then you had some Irish cheese on there, some gravy, and it also had mashed potatoes on there. I know what you're thinking, that sounds crazy. But you know what? You couldn't really taste the mashed potatoes. It was more like a texture for me. It just all blended in well. Great burger. Staff was amazing. Definitely you want to come here if you're in Gatlinburg. This is a hidden gem. And also something they brought to us was that Guinness with our picture. They can do that for you. If you like Guinness, go in there. They'll put a picture in the top of your beer for you. It's a nice little pub. And the story, guys haven't seen the movie, maybe look it up or go to YouTube or whatever and look up the history of Boudicca. It's very interesting.
So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
Yeah, so until we meet again, J and B have left the building.